When you like someone but want to keep everything respectful, graceful, and within your comfort zone, the smallest gestures become the sweetest signs of interest. You don't have to flirt loudly or do anything bold. Sometimes, the most powerful attraction is in the softness, the effort, and the innocence behind your actions. It's the way you show you care without saying it, the way you notice small things about him, the way you stay within your limits, but still let him feel that he matters to you. Today on SoulSync, we're talking about those subtle, cute little ways to show interest. The kind that make his heart warm, give him a little smile, and make him think about you long after the moment passes. Because real connection doesn't need touching or crossing lines. It just needs sincerity, intention, and the right amount of softness. Number 1, you remember the small things he says. There is nothing more attractive than a girl who listens, really listens. When you bring up something he casually mentioned days ago, like his exam date, the snack he likes, or a problem he was stressed about, it tells him you pay attention in a way others don't. It shows him you store his words, you value what he shares, and you care about his comfort without demanding anything in return. Men notice when you remember the tiny details because it makes them feel seen in a world where they often feel ignored. And it's such a pure gesture because it's all about emotional presence, not boldness. You're not being forward, but you're being thoughtful, and that's what makes it powerful. It makes him quietly wonder why your words feel different, why your conversations stay in his mind longer, and why he feels understood with you in a way he doesn't feel with others. Men fall for the girl who listens, not because she speaks loudly, but because she notices silently. It also builds a safe, soft connection between you both. When he realizes you remember what matters to him, he naturally starts sharing more, opening up more, and valuing your presence more. You become the person who understands him without him having to explain himself twice. It's emotional warmth, the kind that pulls two hearts closer without crossing any boundary. Number 2, you use gentle eye contact. Eye contact is one of the softest, most innocent ways to show interest without ever saying a word. You don't stare, you just hold his gaze for a second longer than necessary, with a calm, soft expression that makes him feel like the moment froze for a heartbeat. Men feel this instantly. It's that quiet spark that tells him, "I see you," without being bold or inappropriate. It's subtle, respectful, and incredibly powerful. The best part? You don't need to force anything. A warm glance when he's talking, a tiny smile that reaches your eyes, a soft expression when you listen. These things affect him more than you think. It's the kind of moment he replays in his mind later, wondering why your eyes felt so gentle, why his heart reacted, and why that simple moment stayed in his memory. Eye contact creates a connection without a single line crossed. And eye contact builds trust too. It makes him feel like you're present with him, like you're not distracted, like you value the moment. It gives him comfort and reassurance, especially if he's shy or unsure about your feelings. A girl who uses eye contact softly and respectfully ends up being unforgettable because she interacts with sincerity, not games. Number 3, you show interest in his mind, not just his looks. When you ask him thoughtful questions, care about his opinions, or admire the way he thinks instead of the way he looks, it sends the purest signal. It tells him you're not here for superficial reasons. You see depth in him. Asking him what motivates him, how he handles stress, what inspires him, or how he views life shows a level of care that feels meaningful and mature. Men open up to girls who value their mind, and this kind of interest feels respectful because it doesn't cross emotional limits. It's just curiosity, kindness, and attention, the kind that builds comfort and trust. When he notices that you appreciate how he speaks, how he solves problems, or how he sees the world, he starts feeling closer to you on a soul level. It becomes more than casual interaction. It becomes connection. Slowly, he starts looking forward to conversations with you. He becomes more intentional, more open, more comfortable. And he starts wondering why your questions feel different, why you make him think deeper, why you make him feel understood. This is one of the most innocent yet meaningful ways to show interest, by valuing his mind more than anything external. Number 4, you smile when you see him. A genuine smile is the universal sign of interest, and it's one of the softest too. You're not flirting, you're not being bold, You're just expressing warmth. When he walks into the room and your face naturally brightens, it tells him that his presence changes your mood in the sweetest way. Men notice this instantly, even if they pretend they don't. A smile makes them feel welcomed, appreciated, and liked. Smiling softens the whole atmosphere between you two. It makes him comfortable talking to you, asking you questions, or sitting near you. It tells him you're safe, open-hearted, and kind, qualities that attract men way more than anything dramatic. A soft smile builds trust without crossing any lines. It's innocent, respectful, and still full of charm. And because a smile is so simple, it feels natural, not forced. It leaves him thinking about you afterward, wondering why your smile makes him feel calmer, why it felt directed at him, and why that moment stayed in his mind longer than it should. A girl who smiles softly becomes unforgettable because she leaves warmth wherever she goes. Number 5. You show calm interest, not desperation. One of the cutest, most attractive signs of interest is when you care but don't chase. You reply thoughtfully, you engage nicely, but you don't force anything or overdo it. You have balance. Men respect that more than anything. When you show interest without losing your dignity, it makes him take you seriously. It shows confidence, not clinginess. Your calmness becomes a charm. You're not asking for attention. You're not begging for replies. You're not trying too hard. You're just present in a soft, steady way that makes him feel comfortable around you. That calmness tells him you like him, but you're still in control of your emotions and your boundaries. And that's incredibly attractive to mature men. And this creates space for him to step up. When you don't chase, you give him room to show his effort. You inspire him to initiate, to try, to be consistent, because your energy is gentle but valuable. A girl with calm interest becomes the girl he respects because she knows her worth while still being sweet. Number 6. You compliment his good traits, not his looks. A soft compliment about his character hits different, especially when everyone else only praises his appearance. When you tell him he's hardworking, patient, responsible, or kind, it makes him feel truly seen. Men rarely get compliments about their personality, so when you appreciate something about his character, it stays in his mind for days. It tells him you observe him with sincerity, not shallow attraction. It's also a respectful way to show interest without being too forward. Instead of saying, "You look good," you say, "I like how responsible you are," or "You're really thoughtful." This shows emotional intelligence, purity of intention, and maturity. It makes him feel valued for who he is on the inside, not just his appearance. Compliments like these slowly build emotional closeness. He starts feeling comfortable, opening up more, and trusting you more. He starts seeing you as someone who understands him deeply. And most importantly, it never crosses boundaries because it focuses on his heart, not his physical attraction. Number 7. You give him your softest tone. The tone you use with him says more than your words. You don't have to flirt. Just speaking gently, kindly, and calmly makes him feel something. When you talk to him with the sweetest version of your voice, it tells him he matters to you without you ever saying it directly. Men fall for softness because they rarely receive it. Your tone becomes your signature. He'll notice that you speak differently with him. Not in a dramatic way, just more calmly, more sweetly, more softly. It creates comfort. It creates trust. It makes him open up without feeling judged. And it's still innocent because it's just kindness, not seduction. And eventually, he'll start associating your tone with peace. Whenever he talks to you, he'll feel calmer, happier, more grounded. He'll replay your voice in his mind later, wondering why it felt so comforting. Soft energy speaks louder than bold actions, and this is one of the purest ways to show interest. Number 8, you maintain your boundaries beautifully. The most powerful way to show interest without crossing limits is to actually keep your limits. When you like him but still stay respectful, modest, and principled, it tells him that your values come before your feelings, and that makes him admire you even more. Men fall hardest for girls who have self-respect, not availability. You don't overshare, you don't overstep, you don't rush anything, but you're still warm, kind, and present. That balance is rare. It shows emotional maturity and inner strength. It tells him that if he wants a place in your life, he has to meet you at your level, not pull you down to his. You don't lose yourself to show interest. You remain gracefully in control. And this is what makes him take you seriously. Your boundaries communicate what your words don't. They tell him you're not just a crush, you're a woman with dignity, someone worth committing to, someone he can trust. Attraction is temporary, but respect is what makes him stay. Boundaries don't push him away, they draw in the right kind of man. And that's the beauty of respectful attraction. It's soft, wholesome, innocent, and still full of charm. You don't need bold flirting or crossing limits to show someone you care. Sometimes the sweetest connections are built through small gestures, gentle conversations, sincere attention, and the way you carry yourself with grace. If these signs felt relatable, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to SoulSync for more heart-centered and realistic love content. And tell me in the comments, which subtle gesture do you naturally do when you like someone? I can't wait to read your stories.